Now, a lot of you might be confused whenever you first see this thing because no, this thing is not actually released yet. Unless you have GTA Plus, which I do, and I can say it is actually worth it because even if you just get the free car, like, you would need a $20 shark card to get this car normally, but with GTA Plus, $8, you get a $20 car. Hey, my camera's a little crooked. And you get it early and for free, might I add. But normally, it won't actually be that expensive, only like 1.4 million. Plus, it has HSW. But of course, this is the Pfister, what is it? The Astrale or Astrale, whatever it is. But, okay, Mr. Lock-on Jammer, yes, I know, but can I please, can I just Spotify this thing? Thank you. But this, I'm an absolute sucker for this thing. This is it's like a resto mod mix between a Porsche 920, it's like 920 in the front. Actually, no, not really 9289, kind of. No, my throat's being weird, but it looks like 928 in the front, overall body style of a 968, but a resto mod mixing 993, 911 in there, and this thing just looks absolutely insane. Honestly, I love the look of this thing, but let's get a lock-on chamber and then HSW for this. Does it have like the flat 6 sound? It does, but that actually sounds so sick. Alright, let's also skip over brakes. This thing actually sounds pretty damn good, and you can get this super low, but this is, of course, a resto mod, so oh no. But I actually just wasted a little bit of money. But this thing, I think we're going to go with a full resto mod build, because, of course, as I said, this is like a resto modded Porsche 968. So, immediately, we don't actually have any bumpers for this thing, which, I mean, I actually do love the look of that front bumper, but let's first look at the exhaust. I'm just glad that this isn't another electric car. But if you rev it up, yeah, the stock exhaust, oh, that RPM is so high. An oval exhaust, a performance exhaust, carbon primary, hexagon double, and bronze performance exhaust. I think we're going to go with the oval exhaust because it fills the little slot in there perfectly. Now for the hood, a secondary hood. Actually, we might go with a secondary option only if there is an option to actually like change the entire front bumper. I'm not really looking at the slitter options that closely. We don't. Unless the secondary, what is the secondary color on this car? It is, looks like it's just the seats. Okay, but if we could change the front bumper, make that a different color, then I think we would go with the secondary hood. But I think for now, we're just going to keep it the stock color. The street hood, though, that looks nice. Vented hood, racing hood, aftermarket hood, GT hood. I don't really know if I like that. And then HSW stuff. I think the best hood is probably the aftermarket hood. That looks actually really clean. I have a feeling it's going to be like a lot of really, really clean parts for this, and also some crazy stuff. Also, what liveries do we have for this? We have blue stripe, green stripe, Vista Racing, pink dust. I kind of like that, actually. Like, really cyberpunky. I feel like that's kind of the vibe of this, like, what vibe for this car could be. Fukaru Race, Abstract Art, and Racer 19, CNC Racing, Camo, and Side Stripe. This is the HSW livery. And the GTA Plus livery, not HSW. This is the HSW livery. Both of these. I think we'll see what other modifications we have, and then we'll come back to the liveries. The plate, obviously, we gotta throw our plate on there. Race spray, we just saw the race spray. Now skirts, an aftermarket skirt, secondary aftermarket skirt, a simple skirt, that in secondary, a racing skirt, that also in secondary, carbon winged skirt, that also in secondary. Oh, I'm shaking my camera a little bit. Just like, we'll do that a little bit. A trim winged skirt, GT skirt, that in secondary, I'm assuming, trim GT skirt, and then, yeah, just some HSW stuff. I think if I'm gonna go for anything, these wing skirts actually follow body lines pretty well. So I feel like I might do something like that. Or maybe... someone's car alarm is going off. I think we'll just leave it as is for now. But now the splitters, we have a carbon aftermarket splitter, that in secondary, a carbon street splitter also in secondary, an arc splitter that also in secondary, carbon race splitter in secondary as well, with a trim, and then GT splitter that in secondary with a trim, and then just two that are HSW. I really, really like the look of the aftermarket splitter. We're just gonna go carbon on that. The other splitters are either really like far, far too big. And now for the spoiler, we have, oh, it's up there. It's like a roof-mounted spoiler. That in secondary. An aftermarket spoiler. Oh, I really like that. That also in secondary and carbon. Street spoiler, that's a copy-paste wing. Copy-paste. That might actually be unique. A drift spoiler. That also in secondary. The GT spoiler, that's another copy-paste. And just two HW options. But this thing gave you such a clean build on this. So I think we're going to go with the, aftermarket spoiler for sure. And then the Sunstrip, black Sunstrip, secondary carbon, and HSW. I don't think we are going to do a Sunstrip on this. We already lowered the suspension. We already did all this. The wheels on this, it doesn't really fit the vibe because this is a Resta mod car, but those are like really, 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 really old wheels that do not work. I think my recording set, 10 minutes. Okay, still got that. There were some wheels for this, like these. Okay, so they are the largest possible size. So they're gonna be like sport wheels or more of the like more sport wheel sized. I kind of like the, where was it? The Nebula. That might, no, it's actually like that good actually. But something like that style would probably work really well for this thing. Because actually, okay, that actually works so well. Also, freaking legs are so itchy because of shaving. Hyperfresh. Actually, there's a lot of different wheels that look really, really good on this, actually. Like, pretty much anything would work. For once, it's actually easy to find wheels for a car, and that's really saying something. Like, there's pretty much every one of these wheels would actually work for this thing. But maybe if we go like this. So these wheels, they're kind of like these turbofan style. Oh my god, all these wheels work. All these wheels actually work for this thing. No way. We finally have a car like this. I think Pepper Pot might work because it's kind of like that 90s style, but also pretty modern at the same time. I really, really, really like these. Blacktop Blender, that isn't too bad. None of these wheel options are actually bad. Like, all these actually look really, really, really good on this car. These, though, I feel like these conical turbofans are probably going to work the best for the build we're doing. I was thinking, like, these style wheels, but now that I see them, I think that the conical turbofans work better. And then Meshmeister, I just put these on whenever I kind of want a wheel style, like, kind of like a turbofan, but also a little bit of style. These Meshmeisters are perfect for that. But I think if we're going to go for anything, for once, the conical turbofans, I don't know if anyone's actually, like, put these on a car to make it look good, but, like, that is sick. I'm going to say it right now, that is sick. If we could get those in copper as well, that probably looks so good. I think if you paint this thing, like, metallic beige or metallic gold, then these would work. Or maybe, like, silver or, I was going to say, like, maybe, like, a metallic green, but hell no, not for the wheels. I think we'll come back to the wheel color and the tire design. I don't even know if we're going to do a tire design. I think it looks better like this. Oh, one thing I wish we could change was the diffuser and stuff, because I love to take out that little bit underneath the rest of the diffuser. Can we actually do that? There's no bumper options. Exhaust, we already looked through that. We looked through every option, and I don't think we are actually able to. So, once again, the customization is a little lackluster. Like, we could have had some bumper options. Could have at least had a secondary bumper, like front bumper option. Maybe some different light options would be nice as well. Different mirrors. Maybe something for the roof as well. Like, at least a roof scoop. You also could have done something for the rear panel, the rear bumper, especially on that diffuser. I really, really, really want to take out that blue piece that's under the rest of the diffuser, as I said before. Maybe some fender options, like getting some vented fenders could be nice. Maybe also, like, some fins, like how the Envisage has. Because, like, they have cyberpunk liveries, like cyberpunk-esque liveries that, like, remind me of, like, cyberpunk or something, like this, but they don't have any customization that matches it. What they've done with a lot of these cars is they've had customization options that don't really match, like, almost as if they changed the style halfway through adding customization. But there's, like, so much other stuff that they could have done. Like, this could have easily been, like, as modifiable as a Benny's car. Like, I'd love to see like, wind deflectors on the windows. Maybe some louver. Actually, okay, louvers probably wouldn't work for this thing. That was a stupid thing to say. But maybe something for the rear windows could have worked. Maybe, like, the rear deck lid panel back there as well. There's easily a lot of other stuff they could have done with this. I'm just gonna say that right now. This thing would have probably been a 10 out of 10 if and only if it had the customization to boot, which unfortunately it doesn't, and that is a serious missed opportunity to make this from a good car into an absolutely amazing car. We still haven't driven it and we still haven't seen any performance, but we need to choose a livery, or we could go with a clean build, because we already looked through the liveries, we finished up our customization. I don't actually think any of this fits, so we will actually leave it nice and clean. And I am an absolute sucker for the 968 and the 924, so this car kind of hits home for me. For metallic colors, I think we're either going to go with, like, a moss. I've just fallen in love with that color. I accidentally landed on this, but oh my god, this thing is free for me. I'm gonna buy a second one of these and I'm gonna paint it this color. Oh, wait, this car's, oh my god, this car's the Hermes 2.0. You can literally, oh my god, every color looks good on this car. Every color looks good on this car. Literally every color. This is the color I was thinking of, but this car is the Hermes 2.0. Like, as I was trying to say, with the Hermes, it's literally just a base to test out metallic colors. This thing is the exact same. Every color looks good on this thing. Not just good, but it looks absolutely stunning. Oh my god. This might be the color we go with. Either this or that, like, gold. I do think that is the one we're gonna go with. But that shadow silver, that is literally the color. I'm probably gonna fill an entire garage with these, just the different colors, like that Cabernet red. Oh my god. Cabernet red, shadow silver, bronze, and olive green, I think, are the best colors for this thing. But then there was also that moss brown. What was it? Moss brown. This. I think if we're going to do any color, I really want it to be a little bit more green, so I think we are going to go with olive green. Kind of just give it a little bit more color. It's like that. And then the secondary color is literally just the interior, so I don't really think that matters that much. But I'm still gonna do I think a nice, yeah, we'll go with tan stitching. So it's literally just the seat stitching and other stuff if you option it with that. But the secondary options don't really match with the rest of the car. Like, you can have a secondary hood but no secondary front bumper, because I would have probably done an entirely different build if you could do a secondary hood paired with a secondary front bumper paired with a secondary side skirt paired with a secondary diffuser, because that could have done a really, really nice livery without actually installing a livery. like a really, really nice Golf livery if we did primary color of light blue and secondary color of orange. And the trim color, oh, we can change the trim color. Okay, that's awesome. That's nice. I like that. I think we're gonna do, we'll do sandy brown for now. Or yeah, sandy brown for now. It's not that expensive, and we could also just keep scrolling through the options. Okay. And then for our secondary now, for the stitching, I think we can do, actually, wait, don't tell me we can have metallic stitching. Okay, probably not. We'll go with, I think we will go with the exterior color, which is that nice olive green. It's kind of dark actually in the interior. Maybe we'll go white stitching. White stitching, no. Let's just settle for black stitching. Let's just settle for that. Trim color is nice. I also changed the crew emblem as well. If anything, I wish this thing could get lower. I know I probably will try to do the lowering glitch where I have to take off my bulletproof tires and basically shoot the middle of the wheel to get it to lower. I don't really know exactly how that works. I guess it damages the suspension and then it lowers, but there's a lot of super clean stuff you could do with it. Also, another thing I have is they could have pushed the rear wheels out much farther to fit that fender. But I don't really think it's worth doing F1s for, because sometimes F1 wheels are actually good on a car with fender modifications. Like, say you have like a narrow body car like this, and then you have just a modification to throw on some over fenders, but the wheels don't move out. I feel like that's the only excuse to actually throw F1 wheels on a car. Otherwise, it just looks hideous. And don't even get me started on actual like F1 cars in the game that have bennies, because those are probably the most hideous thing you can do to a car. And now I'm at a caveat for wheel color, because it's either going to be white, gold, or copper. That straw brown also looks super nice, but I should probably color match it with the interior then. But I don't want to just do two colors, else my ear is getting really itchy now. I should keep Q-tips in my room, honestly. That's the olive green that we have on the main body, but that does not work whatsoever. Indianized copper pearl, I think. And then if we go, let's see a white again. A white. That's off-white pearl. I think I would rather just go with regular white. That is nice. And then tire lettering doesn't really fit with our build, so I think we're actually just good with this right here. And next, I think we are gonna do the Pfister Extreme right next to us. And then finally the Weeva. I actually just exit the garage. I meant to exit the garage anyway, so it wasn't really an accident. I don't know. But the RPM. Oh my, wait, is that supercharger or a turbo? Because you can really hear that. Oh my god, that steering. This is sports classics. This. Oh my god. This car just keeps getting better and better. You hear that whine, right? You hear that, like, whistle. Is that the turbo or is that the transmission? It sounds like a straight cut gears. It could be, this thing could be a hybrid. Oh, payphone hit there. I'll do another one. I'll come back to it. But also, like, the handling is nice. Okay, the suspension is maybe a little bit jello. Like, yeah, suspension is pretty soft. Because I guess this thing is classed as a sports classic, so still, they could have easily done some stiffer springs. But that, I don't know what that was. I think that, I don't know, because, like, you can hear the turbo spool, but then there's that other whine, so that's either straight, like a straight cut transmission, or it's a supercharger. Hang on, let's actually... It sounds like it could be a centrifugal supercharger as well. Oh, okay. It's actually not scratched. Also, let's see if this thing does have pop-up headlights. But let's come in here real quick. Vehicle preferences. Whoop, that's not the right thing. Doors, trunk, hood. Okay, we can open everything. Oh, look at that engine. That looks like, hang on. What? Okay, so they did actually copy the 968, because the 968 in real life has a V8, I believe. I believe it does have a V8, and this thing does indeed have a V8 under the hood, even though they gave it the flat 6 sound. But that's fine. That is fine, because it still does sound absolutely amazing. Also, are the doors floating? I think the doors are actually attached for once, because some of the cars recently have had floating doors. Especially, like, some cars that have 4 doors. If you open all the doors, for some reason the rear doors actually, like, technically float. That trunk is cool as well. But I don't see a supercharger. So, it most likely is the transmission, unless they did end up giving it a supercharger sound anyways. But we really gotta see what the top speed on this thing is. Actually, I think I am, after that little scratch, I think I am gonna repair it real quick. Also, do we have pop-up headlights? Yes, we do, just like the 968. And, okay, it looks so goofy, but so clean at the same time. And there is probably a glitch if you bang up the car a lot and, like, knock off the bumper and stuff. Then the wheels will just, like, float and be weird. But honestly, I am all here for it. So let's call in our MOC real quick. It's not empty. What do you mean? What do you mean? We can get the Avenger, though, so I can pop this thing in the back and quickly repair it if needed. I don't think so, because I don't see a scratch, but I just want to be sure. I just want to be sure before we actually go and do a top speed run in this thing. And let's see, is it damaged? It is not. Okay. But this should hopefully just, if there was any damage, just buff it out a little bit. I would like to leave my Avenger, please. I don't know why it takes forever to load like this. Okay, there we go. And now we can finally top speed test this thing. I'm not expecting this thing to be too fast. Like, I feel like this is just a car that has, it just, I don't think it's going to be breaking any records or anything. I am going to guess it's going to be right around the 150 mark. Oh, the tunnel, this thing. Honestly, Rockstar nailed the Porsche Flat 6 sound. Like, they did a very, very good job with it. But that, yeah, hearing it at higher speeds, that's definitely a straight cut transmission. Or basically, normal cars have, like, gears that are like this. The gears are where, like, they're actually, like, cut sideways because that's more efficient. But race cars actually have gears that are straight cut, like you would see, like, on a normal machine and stuff. Like, they're not like that concave off to this, not really concave, but like off to the side like that. They're actually like straight. That's why it's called straight cut, because the gears are cut straight instead of at an angle. Now you know, or the more you know. If you didn't know already, well, there you go. And that's why race cars actually have that wind in their transmission, and regular cars don't. Some cars do actually have a straight cut reverse gear, and that's why you hear wind in reverse. That's basically what a straight cut transmission sounds like, except it sounds more like this instead of like a baby crying when it stubs its toe. It sounds more like the scream of a banshee, pretty much, and it is glorious. But this thing, effective ramp buggy, noted. But let's actually see our top speed here. Oh, it actually has custom dials. For once, they actually didn't reuse an interior. They actually gave it custom dials. That's so sick. All right, I was right around the 150 mark. Right around the 150 mark. Yep. Right around, I'm gonna say, just 150 miles an hour. Because we were, what blew up? I don't know what blew up. I'm in an invite-only session. Oh, I got an achievement. What's that? Oh, you play GTA 5 in first person mode for 15 hours. Oh, that top speeding test has its perks, I guess. But that's right at 100, yeah, right under 150 miles. So right at 148 seems to be the natural top speed. Also, our pops are up. But that's actually a super cool dial. Wait, hang on. I think I don't actually think this is a unique interior. I do believe this is reused from the Comet S2 for obvious reasons. For very, very obvious reasons. Ah, frick! That's what I get for dissing on this car. That's what I get. That's what I get. That's what I get. That is exactly what I get. We have broken... Oh, no, we still got 2 windows. Yay, 2 windows. That's what I get for dissing on this car, though. Also, oh, we broke our lights. Hang on. I kind of want to take the armor off this thing and just see how much we can damage this and get the lights to just be absolutely funky. I feel like actually, I don't know if underglow would kind of work on this car, but there is certainly a lot of missed potential with this car. Like, they easily could have had like something for the back panel, like made that forged carbon or secondary or primary color. Like, they could have easily colored that in. Somehow crashing this thing just made it go faster. How does crashing this make it go even faster? Now it wants to go right at 150 instead of settling at 148. But I think it's about time we actually repair this thing. Yeah, there is a glitch with some cars where if you do damage the sides, then it does end up going faster for some reason. One of the most famous examples is the Calico GTF, where if you slam in both sides, I think it like squeezes the wheels so they spin up more to compensate. But in reality, there's actually nothing holding them back from spinning more, so it goes even faster. But this is easily a looker. Like, this is it's an amazing show car. It looks amazing, sounds amazing, but there is definitely more to be desired in terms of customization. As I said, they could have easily added some fender options, maybe some roof options. Definitely some diffuser and bumper options as well are there. Because, like, it would be cool to have, like, a smooth bumper that takes out the little vents in the front. Not the big main vent, but, like, the vents between the hood and the bumper right there. So there is definitely a lot more potential with this car. I guess Rockstar was kind of lazy. I guess they did have to work with dimensions. But hopefully with another upcoming car, it will not be lackluster whatsoever. I think they focused all their customization on that. And, of course, you know I'm talking about the K-Truck. If you don't know already, we are getting a K-Truck in GTA. Finally, for once, we're actually getting something absolutely wicked, and it's gonna have like a bunch of different customizations. It's gonna have drift tuning, getting kind of into like a Bosuzoku truck. There's also like some sponsorship stuff you can throw on it as well. Like you throw a giant soda can in the back, like a Red Bull mini. And then there's also off-road customization, which is gonna be absolutely sick. It's going to be relatively cheap, so for 16.2 million, you could fill up a mansion garage with it, with them, and I probably will, because with the amount of customization, I'll still probably run out of space for builds. But in terms of this thing, I feel like you could just get 1 or 2 of these for having different colors, because the customization of this thing isn't actually that good. It fits the car very well, aside from a couple options. But there's easily a lot more customization you can do with this. But for 1.4 million, or 1.475 million, so technically 1.425 million and 3/4 million, and HSW for an extra 855k, I feel like this is kind of worth it for like a car that looks great, drives great, especially. Like, I haven't been talking about the handling at all, but like, this is nice. Despite the jello suspension, it handles really nice. The acceleration is also pretty damn good. So I would not be surprised if, instead of that whining we were hearing being a transmission, if it was actually like an electric motor or something. And they actually did make this thing kind of like a hybrid, because this thing is like super nice. And I guess the suspension does help with bumps and jumps and crests and stuff. It's like help you not scratch this thing up, because this has to be probably my favorite looking car in the game, I will say. I know that the headlights are going to make this thing seem kind of ugly for some people. Even I did think it was ugly, because I did make a video on this thing way back in Forza Horizon 4 with the headlights. But I think it's actually a pretty damn pretty car. Like, I love the look of this thing. Like, there's so many color options. I feel like I'm gonna say it right now, it's a German Hermes, pretty much. The Hermes is an as I was saying before I was really interrupted by the recording ending, this thing is basically a German Hermes. The Hermes is a stellar car, it looks beautiful, and it's also pretty much a base for, like, testing metallic colors, pretty much. Actually, is it here? I forget where it is. Where's the Hermes? I think it's actually a removed vehicle, or it's on Southern San Andreas. Let me see. They added a bunch of backup cars, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of scrolling here. There it is, the Hermes. So this thing, it looks absolutely stunning. It is absolutely a stellar car. It looks good in pretty much any color and any bits of customization you do to it. Like, it will always look good. And I feel like this is the exact same way, minus the spoilers. But this is definitely an amazing base to test out different metallic colors. Because this thing will look good in any color. It'll look good on almost any wheels. I especially love the more subtle customization this thing has. Especially with, like, the splitter and the hood and the wing. And also the exhaust as well. Is, like, it's nothing too crazy. So I feel like for a great car to, like, start getting some more cleaner and show-worthy builds, for 1.475 million, this car is extremely worth it. And we actually have, like, a super sick resto mod in the game. Like, again, we haven't had one of those in a while. The Hermes is also another one, which I was just thinking of. So yeah, I feel like this car is actually pretty worth it. Pretty worth it, but be totally even more worth it with a little more customization. But do whatever you want with this car, and honestly, it probably won't look that bad. Because this thing, it is just absolutely stunning. I've just fallen for this car, honestly. Not to mention, it drives amazing, too. So that's another mega, mega bonus.